I did an arms routine yesterday, and then I got to see this. You know, Bean Crew, hello! My hair is a mess, but I don't know, I wanted to talk to you about what's been going on with me. I got some crazy stuff going on. Oh man, look at my hair. Yeah, I've been making some decisions, some snap judgments, some, just some crazy out there, wild, and I don't know, just decisions, I guess. So, first of all, I got my body fat percentage read on a website. A few people are saying it's wrong, a few people are saying it's right, but I don't know, I kind of feel like I want to choose to believe that it's right, you know? You know, when there's so many people disagreeing about something, you got to make a decision on what line to fall on, and it just makes me feel good to believe it. So, yeah, I've got 45% body fat, and that's good. That's good. And it was saying all sorts of cool stuff, like how if I lost 160 pounds, then I'd look quite good. And then I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. You know, if I lost 160 pounds, then I would be, what was it, 298, I think I'd be. So, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I think I would look good like that. So that's like something I want to go for. And yeah. So that's a decision I've made. I'm gonna go to that, and I'm probably gonna still go lower. You know, I'm just gonna try and make myself look as good as possible. But I think 298 is like a really up until recently, up until I did this thing, my goal weight was 220. But I'm starting to realize, like I'm almost 30. Well, not almost 30. I'm 25. Got a while till 30, but I'm like not a young man anymore. So it's like, I don't know, is 220 really achievable to me? And is it really something I'm going to be comfortable at? I feel like I looked really good at 220. I'll put a picture up of me here with it. But I just, I don't know, I got to make a decision on that. Where do I want to end up and where do I want to be? What are my really solid goals? I've got the three goals, of course. I want to do a human flag. I want to eventually run a marathon, and I want to, get generally hot enough to start, being in the romantic scene again. I was just, I'd be a lot happier if I had those things. And also, when I get healthy enough to start, I don't know. I don't know. There was a fourth thing, but I don't know if I want that anymore. Because I've got my own stuff going on. So, yeah, I'm not doing the fourth one. But, yeah, I made a decision to do with a novel. I talked a bit in one of my videos. It was a short 1-minute video about how I wanted to be an author, a couple of years ago, and a lot of people in the comments to that were saying I could still be an author, and I was thinking, you guys, you're fans of me, so I would have like sort of a platform to build that authorship off of, and back in, I think it was 2020, I actually spent like 6-7 months typing up the rough draft and really getting this really great thing that I was proud of. And then, this whole viral video thing took off, and I started doing YouTube and getting more and more to that, and I kind of got distracted. I never ended up editing the book, and now it's 2 years later, and I'm like, well, it's maybe I still want to do it, maybe I still want to be an author. So I started working on editing it, and I've got the first 2 pages done, and that was just yesterday. So yeah, I'm really proud of that. And I'm gonna get going. I thought I'd just read it. I thought I'd look back on the rough draft and see how it was. And honestly, I got to like 2 points in like the book when I was reading it where I laughed my ass off. It was so funny. Like, oh my God. There's this one where this guy, Red, he walks up to the counter. And, he's kind of a weird guy, and he's always having weird interactions with people. He's kind of like a dry humor character, He explains things very blatantly. And the cashier, he looks like Jesus. He's got the long hair, long brown hair, long beard. And so he says, "Hey, did anyone ever tell you you look like Jesus?" And then the cashier says, Did anybody tell you you look like a little bitch whose neck I could snap in a fucking second? And I didn't even remember typing that. I just started screaming laughing because I was like, that's the most brutal thing that's ever like been in a fiction book. I mean, that's vile. Like that's not even an insult. How do you like? And like read in the book, he says like, I don't know how to respond to that. Like, what was I thinking when I typed that? Like that, I want to leave it in because it's hilarious, but also it's like awful. I loved it though, and like I read the prologue, and the prologue was something that I wrote actually nearer to the end of the book, so I had more. I feel like I had more writing experience by the end of the book, so I feel like the prologue was actually really, really good. Like it had a lot of like really great horror elements. Like it cues up the monster of the book. Oh, if you didn't know, the book is a horror comedy. It's about. So the book is about these four improv guys. They're an improv troupe, like big comedy guys, like joking around and stuff. And they go to this small town. They get hired to do a show for the small town's community days. And they show up, and there's been a string of murders in the area. And they find that interesting, but they're just joking about it. Then they go to sleep at this campsite because that's the digs they've been put up in. And in the night, one of the four friends gets murdered, and now these three comedy improv guys have to team up with the small town's sheriff to solve the mystery of their friend's murder. And it's a horror comedy, and there's a horrible shape-shifting tentacle monster in there, and it's really cool. It's really funny. There's a few just really funny parts in there, and you kind of unravel the mystery as the book goes along, and it's a bit of a mystery, but it's mostly a comedy horror because there's like some pretty shocking violence in there. There's a lot of really funny comedy stuff, and a lot of just like weird out there, sort of like I don't know, if you're a stoner, you'll probably like it. It's that kind of humor, where it's, I don't know, a little bit gross, a little bit, yeah. So, yeah, that's what I got going on with the novel. But what else have I got going on? Because, like, I did an arms routine yesterday, and then I got to see this. I don't know, what do I look like right now? Yeah, I think I look really good, because I've got sort of a pump from yesterday. Yeah, it's, I look really good after an arms routine, like the next day. So I put a lot into it. But, I did that with Jeffrey, and that was fun. I went there and did some arms, and then, got some food, and hung out for the day. Did all sorts of things. I showed him Smiling Friends. If you haven't seen Smiling Friends, that show's really good. You gotta check it out. I bought all 9 episodes on my on YouTube. So, yeah, I invited him over and I showed him, and oh my God, I watched Smiling Friends and I was laughing the whole time. Every single second was just smiles galore, and it was really, really, really well done. And I've loved Psychic Pebbles for years. For years, man. Like, I've been watching Psychic Pebbles since 2011, man. Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy that he's got a show now. Like, a whole television show. Good job, Psychic Pebbles. You did awesome. Both in your career and with, like, making of the show. I mean, seriously, I never felt bad for a second while watching it. There was no shitty, cringy scene that makes you feel bad. It was all just good vibes the whole time. I loved it when he punched that the guy that goes. He's like, "Hey, if you do that again, I'm gonna punch you." And I've still got COVID. Right, so he goes, if you do that again, I'm gonna punch you. And then, you know, they wait a few minutes, and then that guy, he shows up and he goes, again, and the guy actually just freaking punches him right in the chest, and he's like, and it's like this stark difference in animation style between those two parts, you know, where it's like, he's going, and there's like no in-between frames, and it's all very hyperactive, but then he does this, he punches him, and then it goes, and there's all these in-between frames. It's like, it's like those extremely important scenes where they really do up the animation, but it's just for showing how bad the punch was. Oh, it's funny. Funny. I want to include that kind of humor in my book. It's going to be fun.